There are over 30 VR games coming our way in October, and some of them look absolutely insane. First up is of course Batman Arkham Shadow. This is the Quest exclusive and probably the most talked about VR title of 2024. Now if you buy a Quest 3 or a Quest 3S, then you'll also get this one for free, code's in the description by the way, but the initial reviews all look incredible, and I for one am very excited for this one. As a huge fan of the Arkham series on flat screen and a lover of VR combat games, this looks to be one hell of a game. Then we have Vendetta Forever coming to PSVR 2 and Quest on the 24th of October. This is like an upgraded and reimagined version of Superhot, where time moves when you move, and one of the all-time classics and a great example of a workout by accident game. Now the movement and combat here looks incredibly polished and fast-paced. I for one am looking forward to this one. And then finally, my last super hyped game of October is VRSO Bare Knuckle Fighting. Ever since I saw the trailer of this one earlier in the year, I've been dying to get my hands on it. It looks dark, gritty, and just a very solid boxing simulator. Now before I get onto the rest of the games, here's a couple that I missed last month. Up first is Table Space, which is a sandbox where you can play all of your favorite tabletop games in mixed reality. You can play with your friends on a Quest or Apple Vision Pro, and they just released Magic the Gathering and plan to do Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! In the not so distant future. Guardian of Realms, which is out on early access on the Quest and was probably my most played game of September. I just keep coming back to this one, and after a few runs of survival mode, I promise you will be covered in sweat. Now let's jump into the rest of them in order of release. Then we have VR Sailing coming to PCVR on the 2nd of October. This is, well, perhaps it's quite obvious, but a VR sailing game. The operation of the sailboats is not so complicated. You control the rudder with your left hand and sail with your right hand. And here you can participate in sailing competitions along a fixed route or embark on treasure hunting adventures at will. The wind direction is different every time, which can bring a little bit more fun and freshness to the gameplay. Exploding Kittens is a very famous card game IRL, and now you can play with up to 5 players online or against bots and strategically force your opponent to draw the dreaded exploding kitten and be the last man standing to take the win. You can customize your in-game avatar, explore the social HUD, and dive into a variety of entertaining minigames. There's 3 unique game modes, so you can either battle it out in Classic or Blitz mode with up to 5 players, or you can take on your biggest rival in Duel mode. Max Mustard is getting a port to PSVR 2. This is already available on the Quest and is the very popular platformer released by Toast Interactive. I think it's up for Game of the Year this year, and yeah, it's solid. I've got it on the Quest 3 and absolutely love it. Same with Metal Hellsinger VR, which is coming to PCVR and PSVR 2. Once again, already available on the Quest. Now, I do have this one in my library, but I haven't gotten around to playing it just yet, so can't quite make a recommendation if it's a buy or not, but from the reviews I've seen, if you're a Metal fan or Doom fan, then you should love this one. Then we have Mobile Suit Gundam Silver Phantom, which is more like an interactive VR movie than a game. It's a feature-length interactive cinematic story tailored for Gundam enthusiasts, anime fans, and VR lovers alike. They also have 2 mixed reality games and experiences included in this one purchase. Now, I know literally nothing about this anime, and by the trailer and from what I've read, I'm not really sure it's for me, but I am interested to see how an interactive cinema experience works. And if I can dive into Middle Earth, then I would be all about it. Then we have Snapstick coming to Quest, and this looks to be a great puzzle comedy game. With over 500 puzzles by the award-winning puzzle designer Limelight and having mixed reality support, and over 60 original mechanics featuring music by the legendary Grant Kirkhope. If you're a puzzle fan, then it looks pretty good. Now, I'm personally not a puzzle fan, but I was watching some of the content creators cover this, and it generally does look funny as. Vestiges Fallen Tribes by Wannadev Studio. Now, these are the same people that made Ragnarok, which is probably my favorite rhythm game of all time. Vestiges is a strategy card game mixed with an auto battler and set in a tribal science fiction universe. The game is actually a flat screen game available on Steam and is VR compatible. So there's deck building and figurines, and basically when you choose a card to play, this actually chooses the figurine to place on the battlefield, and each figurine will have a specific move, and you can watch it while they do the resolution phase. Allo Moves XR on October the 10th looks pretty damn good too. Now, similar to Les Mills, Allo is already a massive brand in the world of IRL fitness and making its way to VR. I'm always on the lookout for new yoga and mobility exercises, specifically in VR, and the trailer here looks incredibly polished, like so polished that I'm kind of scared this one is going to launch with a subscription. Oh yep, there it is. Their virtual studio maps your real surrounding, which is a very cool use of MR. And if you want to improve your form, you can either walk up to the personal 3D trainer and kind of look at them from each angle, or you can look over to your sides and you'll have 2 mini instructors on each side of you to serve as a guide. Now I will definitely subscribe to this one for at least a month and let you guys know how I get on. On the 10th of October, Quest users will get Another Door Escape Room, which is a puzzle adventure game that blends psychological horror with the thrill of escape room challenges. Now players must use their wits, logical thinking, and keen observation to uncover clues, solve puzzles, and ultimately find the key to freedom. Each episode is designed to deliver 40 to 60 minutes of intense gameplay, ensuring that every moment is packed with excitement and suspense. Oh, and it's multiplayer. Another flat screen title getting ported to Quest, this time is by a new studio called Black Sun Productions, who plan on releasing more and more ports. Metamorphosis is a first-person adventure platformer set in a surreal, beautifully twisted world, where you've been turned into a cockroach and your newfound abilities as an insect is your only hope for redemption. Then we have Just Dance VR by Ubisoft, and if you are a fan of Just Dance, then you'll get access to everything you love in a 360 environment. Now you can compete with up to 6 players online. On day 1, they're launching with 25 songs, including some really big ones like Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, Bad Liar by Selena Gomez, Lights by Ellie Goulding, Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen, and so much more. Darkness Roller Coaster is getting a remastered version on PSVR 2 and dropping on the 15th of October. It's on a rail shooter and came out about 5 years ago. I never played this one, but original reviews have it at 3.5 out of 5, which doesn't look great, but who knows, maybe they've made some big improvements with this version. Another remake, but this time a bit more popular, Arizona Sunshine Remake will be out on the 17th of October for PCVR, PSVR 2, and Quest. And it's kind of funny that the VR classics are already getting remakes. To me, it still feels like VR is new. But yes, they will have the fantastic campaign, but this time updated to meet 2024 controls and VR features that you would expect, and of course the zombie survival waves. Iron Strike is getting a port from Quest to PCVR on October the 17th. And to be honest, I'm kind of embarrassed I didn't know this already existed. Iron Strike is a 4-player co-op roguelike featuring physics-based swordplay, gesture-based spellcasting, and skillful archery. Now, despite its graphics, it's definitely right up my alley and has 4.6 out of 5 stars on the Quest, with many users commenting on how they completely forget about time when in this game. This one is now firmly on my wishlist. Maestro is another massive title and coming to the Quest on the 17th. 1 week later, it will also be available on PCVR. Now here you can step onto the podium and become a true orchestra conductor in Maestro, the Masterclass. So you can either play hands-free or grab a chopstick and master the real hand motions that command the orchestra. The demo has it at 4.9 out of 5 stars on the Quest with over 1,600 reviews. Imagine conducting Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings soundtrack. I think I would rack up so much game time. Did I mention that October was going to be an insane month? Because up next, the long-awaited banger, we have Wanderer, the Fragment of Fate. It is of course the epic time-traveling adventure game where you'll instantly jump through many different time eras. You'll have to swim, jump, crouch, climb, zipline, and swing your way through a variety of rich worlds in true adventure fashion. You can master an array of diverse weapons and items spanning different eras, employing them in imaginative and unexpected ways. And this game claims to make very good use of VR physics, bringing together objects, mass, velocity, your body, arm, strength, to achieve an epic level of presence. Also on the 31st of October, we have Underworld Overseer. And here you take on the role as a powerful overseer tasked with building and managing your own sinister underground lair. So you can channel your inner evil genius as you design intricate dungeons, attract a variety of monstrous minions, set traps, and cast spells to defend your domain against a wave of those pesky adventurers. And now it's time for the news. So Thrill of the Fight 2 finally has a release date on the 21st of November. The first game is about 8 years old now and still makes the top of all of my best sports, boxing, and fitness games lists. I can't wait to see what Ian Fitz and the team over at Half Brick Studio have cooked up. MetaConnect has come and gone, and with the not-so-secret announcement of the MetaQuest 3S, so you can experience this generation's VR games with a new low price of $299. Code's in the description, by the way. But I'm hoping to get my hands on a headset and we'll be doing a review of that next month. And of course we did have a sneak peek of Orion, Meta's new AR glasses, and these in particular will be so good for VR fitness. Imagine being able to do an Alo Moves XR yoga class in the park without an overly bulky headset strapped to your face. And finally, we have 8 more games set to release in October without an official release date, but I'll go through these quickly as I know they tend to slip to the following month. First is Airspace Defender coming to early access on Quest. It's a mixed reality game where you manage your city's defenses and thwart enemy attacks. Floorball is a 3v3 feline soccer game inspired by Gorilla Tag and a bit of Rocket League. The best part is it's going to be completely free to play, and here you'll use your hands to run, climb, jump, kick the ball, or just hang out with your friends in VR. Exocars, and I swear they have been releasing this every month for the last 3 months. Hopefully October is the month that it actually comes out. Then we have Frenzies coming to Quest. Now Frenzies is a chaotic PvP shooter for the ultimate show-off. And yeah, they really do show off the different skins in this game. But it combines high precision gameplay with a lucky dip of unhinged randomized round types. To me, this kind of looks like an updated version of Hyperdash. Into Black is a first-person action adventure that takes you into the depths of a mysterious alien planet. Explore endless darkness, mine valuable resources, and fight off alien beasts as you try to repair your ship and escape. So you can either play this one solo or co-op. Phasmophobia is finally coming to PSVR 2 after being announced more than a year ago. Phasmophobia is a 4-player online co-op psychological horror. Paranormal activity is on the rise, and it's up to you and your team to use all of the ghost hunting equipment at your disposal in order to gather as much evidence as you can. Now, if you thought we were done with horror, well, not quite. The Descent is coming to PCVR and is a horror walking sim in Rockwell Mine. This immerses players in the miner's harsh life and unsettling mine encounters. Play as an investigator uncovering a hometown's mystery. Vivarium, which is a Pico exclusive, is your new virtual space to enjoy raising pets and growing plants while designing creative vivariums.